Jody.
And Alex Misiak.
And today we are going to talk about boosting your energy. And we have had our own fair share of learning how to boost our energy when our son wasn't sleeping for 2 years. So this is going to be fun. So
Yeah, and when we're talking about boosting our energy, we're not talking about those instant quick fixes like drinking coffee or energy drinks, because while they might work for a short period of time, they're not a long-term solution. And like any drug, the more you take, the less effect it has, and the more you need to take in order to have the same effect. So it's not sustainable.
I love coffee, and I actually didn't even drink coffee before kids, but then I did, and I got like almost addicted. It's just to the flavor though, but I don't actually, it doesn't really benefit me to like anything else other than make me feel good.
So if you do like coffee, and what we're talking about today resonates with you, and you're like, I really want to boost my energy and sort of stop drinking coffee, but I really like coffee, switch to decaf. There's so many delicious flavors out there and so many different ways to flavor
I
coffee.
disagree with your statement. I don't mind drinking decaf, but if I'm going to drink coffee, I'm going to drink coffee.
Sure, but
that's good share nonetheless.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. It's just a suggestion.
But yeah, so what I find helps me with energy or lack thereof sometimes, depending on, is food. If I eat nice, clean food, vegetables, fruit, healthy proteins, I have so much more energy than if I would go to processed foods and even a lot of wheats. Then I feel sluggish. So it's really amazing that our diet can really play a part in it. And then also it's moving our body is a really good one.
Yeah.
And because it's October, at least here in Ontario, Canada, it's still a really good time to go walking. It's actually one of my favorite times to go walking because I'm not sweating like crazy and the snow's not here yet. So it's still, a pretty good time.
Yeah. So when you say movement, it's not, we don't necessarily mean exercise.
But it is a good one. Or throw on the radio, music
Dance.
To me. Yeah. Dancing or even just music. I find if I'm a little bit of a funk or I just don't have the energy and I know I'd like to get some work done, I'll put on one of my favorite songs.
Something that gets you moving.
Yeah. Not even just moving, but just like
I
excited.
don't mean like.
Pumps me up.
Exactly. Pumps you up. Yeah.
So, and dancing, of course, like even dancing to your favorite song for 3-5 minutes. Awesome. It just, gets that blood flowing. Endorphins and
absolutely,
and all that fun stuff. So and what other fun things did we learn? Well, before I forget, when in doubt, if you are just exhausted, maybe you're not sleeping well through the night, maybe you just had a rough night's sleep, or maybe you're just overwhelmed and stressed out, have a nap. Allow yourself to nap. Like, just take a personal day if you have to. And rest. Sometimes our bodies are just tired because they need to slow down.
Yeah.
Take some time to recharge.
And I suppose the longer you go on ignoring that, the worse it's going to be when it finally hits you. So,
our bodies tell us what we need. So, it's just listening to them.
Yeah. I'm reminded of those times when we'd be, going on for days with like very poor sleep. We'd be going on for days with very poor sleep, and eventually, like one or both of us would just crash. We get sick, right? And that doesn't help anybody because it takes. When I get sick, like really sick, I'm out. Like I can't do anything. I just have to sleep, and I found that by slowing down and doing the kinds of like eating better, moving more, doing those kinds of more natural, healthier options to boost energy instead of like forcing myself to stay awake with coffee and energy drinks, I don't get sick. Or if I do get sick, it's not as severe and it doesn't last as long.
Which is true, yes, yeah.
What else about energy? So other natural ways of boosting your energy. I find sunlight helps. Often I think actually you and the kids and the cats are actually all solar powered. So I don't like sitting out there and cooking in the sun necessarily, but I can see how getting out in the sun affects you guys, and how it helps like move you from a state of, oh, I'm kind of sleepy and tired, to like, hey, yeah, this is a beautiful day, let's get out there and do things. And I can definitely see how a lot of people do that. I feel like I'm more like that with the rain, but you can't do as much out in the rain. So.
Oh, I love rain too.
You can love it, but does it energize you?
It depends what time of year it is.
Okay.
I love walking in the rain in the summer.
Okay. Well, maybe it's fine.
Thunderstorms.
It's easier, I think, depending on where you are, to just go outside and get energized by the
It's
by
fun
the sun.
watching our kids play out in the rain.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
slow
true.
them down at all.
But yeah, there's just there's something else that you can do as well, because we do need a certain amount of vitamin D, and the best way to get vitamin D is through sunlight.
But yeah, it's definitely listening, to your body is the best thing ever, though, because if it's worn out, so here's the thing, like, I used to think that napping was like, it wasn't okay. That's like, oh, that meant I was old, or because I knew people that were, elderly and they'd nap. And it's like, I grew up with the thought that napping wasn't okay. Then I got pregnant with our daughter, and I was actually starting to go through the empowerment coaching, and I was like, oh, like, this is okay. This is when you realize why you're doing it. Your body is a part of you, and it's just sending love to it. If your body's tired, your mind's tired, they all kind of go hand in hand. And so it's like, if your mind's tired, rest it somewhere. But with meditation, if your body's tired, have a nap, nap, or just even stretch it with some yoga. So it's really it's being mindful of what your state is, because if you let things go crazy, we can attest to this. When you're not sleeping, or when you're tired or run down, or whatever it may be that's causing your low energy, your mind goes wacko. And like, you have crazy thoughts. We were going delusional. There was times where I don't even know if we knew our names.
Yeah, and you can snap. You become more irritable.
Yes, there's a lot more yelling, a lot more anger. And it's not that we were angry at each other. We were just miserably tired. Yeah. So it's just being the number one step for boosting energy is allowing yourself to do what is necessary to boost your energy. Is allowing. Yeah. And if that's a nap, it can just be a half-hour nap. Yep. Yeah. And hopefully that will definitely help. I mean, there's some people like, no, I can't nap because then I'll feel worse after I get up. And that might be true for a bit, but if you need it, you should take it. And the more you do it, the less of a problem it will be, I think. Like, I'm reminded of a friend of mine who I went to school with, and he didn't get naps either, but in university, he's like, now I nap all the time, and it's awesome. Mm-hmm. But like, it's something he had to get used to. We had late nights, late courses, all that kind of stuff, staying up through the night to do stuff, and then you sort of learn as a student, maybe I should sleep, and then you do. I was like that. I would get up and be like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. I feel terrible. But the more I did it, the better it was, and the shorter my naps were. It's like everything. It takes time. If you haven't napped in forever, it might take a little, but nothing's always perfect from the get-go. So I personally, the way I nap is I put on something I have watched over and over and over again, a movie or a TV series. Yeah. And I lay on the couch and I know, like, experts on napping, I was like, don't nap on your couch, go to your bed but for me, I like to actually have two different spots. Napping is the couch, sleeping at night is the bed. And for me, that's just how it works. Everybody gets to do their own way. Mm-hmm. And then I listen to something that I've heard a million times, and then I just allow myself to sleep. Yeah, it distracts your mind while your body can, while you get into the state where your body can sleep. Mm-hmm. Now, we've talked a lot about how to like boost, listen to your body and help it. But how about we didn't touch much on the mind? We touched a little bit on it, but let's dive into that a bit more, because I think that's important. That there's multiple aspects of you. It's not just when you're tired or as tired as we got. It wasn't just affecting our bodies; it was affecting our brains and our souls. Yes, that is true. When
when your mind is tired, what does that feel like? Because I'm sure everyone's has felt this way, but like,
I personally, I got to the state of not feeling like I was myself anymore.
right?
I completely was like, who is this person? And like, I just
Like you're detached.
Yeah, and I didn't feel happy at all.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually, if the longer you go without sleep, it really does the number on your brain. And the thing is, we're talking about this as we didn't get sleep, but some people were boosting energy. Maybe you're boosting energy just because something in your life is just draining you as well. Like, it's not just because you're not getting sleep. But with lack of excitement in your life and things, like, you can actually get into a really dark place.
Yeah, like that's tiredness of, I think, of the soul.
To me, what I did was, until I got to the other side, I dove in to self-care and self-love. My self-love practice is like, I went over in overdrive on my self-love practice, and I focused. We didn't spend a lot of time with family. We didn't do a lot of those things. We just were on survival mode.
Yeah,
and I was practicing my self-love a lot.
And self-care. Yeah.
Yes, doing a lot of journaling, a lot of meditation, trying to stay away from anything negative, because if you're in a negative state already, it's just going to feed. So that's what I did for my mind. But maybe we should just kind of go to people, because we're not always talking to people that are having, problems with sleeping. Maybe it's just...
But you can get mentally exhausted.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like, I'm in the kind of profession where I'm not going to get physically exhausted. I'm going to be mentally exhausted.
I think a big one then for boosting energy when it comes to that is just mentally exhausting is schedule in fun. Make sure that you're doing something that lights you up. If you're constantly in work mode or doing something that's really like mentally physical, is that a word? Or
sure,
I'm now
it is now mentally physical. I love it.
Where
mentally taxing.
You're using your mind a lot. Is doing something that's fun outside of it, and maybe it's only a 5-minute break, and maybe that is turning on your favorite song and dancing to it, or singing to it, or whatever it may be. This is actually on you. You should be sharing this. But you listen to podcasts and different things. I listen to audiobooks when I do the dishes and things. And one of my favorite people to listen to is actually Dr. Wayne Dyer. He keeps me in a positive state when, I'll be hustling and bustling through my day, or just, like, oh man, I'm my elbows up to my elbows in dishes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it depends on how exhausted I got, but definitely, and I guess mental exhaustion also plays into like exhaustion of the soul.
Yeah, when you're not doing enough of what you love to do, you start feeling sad and depressed.
Yeah, that's the exhaustion you have in I feel that and understand that, and that's in the. I feel like that's more exhaustion of the soul. When I'm mentally exhausted, it's like I'm in a fog. Right, like
yes,
I can't
that is the best description. Yes,
straight. Everything takes longer. Like, I have to ask people to repeat themselves, especially our kids, and that just drives our kids like that. It doesn't drive our kids nuts, but they're less than pleased that they had to repeat themselves more than twice. And when I'm mentally exhausted, it might be 3 times or 4, and it's having that fog, trying to lift the fog in my brain. So the kinds of things I would do is, I think it's like a triangle, like mental, physical, and spiritual. They're all sort of connected. Mm-hmm. So if I was mentally exhausted, I would do something physical. Even if it could be something useful, like not necessarily useful, something that could help around the house, like some chores.
Mowing the lawn,
yeah. Mowing the lawn and listening to something, right? Mm-hmm. And then when I was done, I usually found out that the fog was lifted. I also found that when we changed our eating habits, juicing, for example, like when we started having more smoothies or that kind of stuff, that would also help, like, sort of chase away the cobwebs in my brain, which was good too.
Matcha. That's one of my favorite. I throw it in my smoothie. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. Smoothies.
That's caffeine. though, right?
Yeah, but it's
a more natural source of caffeine.
It's a little bit better, at least.
Yeah, you're right, and that does help, and it's part of the smoothie. The smoothie base is like spinach and has fruits and a lot of good stuff to kickstart your day, and does help me mentally get in the game faster. So that's the kinds of things I would do. And then when it came back to like being spiritually exhausted, where you're feeling sad or depressed, or just like I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do anything, then it becomes do those kinds of things to, like, if you help heal and boost energy in other aspects, like your physical and your mental, it like I said, they're all connected. So you can help your spirit too that way. So again, it would be doing something physical and possibly something mental at the same time.
Can you give an example?
Well, we did the lawn mowing one, but if I couldn't even be bothered to do that, there were days where I would rest physically and maybe listen to one of those long YouTube compilations of cats purring, because they have those things. And if you don't like cats purring, studies show that they do relax people. But if you don't like it, there's lots of different kinds of things you can listen to on YouTube for long periods of time where you don't have to focus on what's being said, right? And I think that helps as well. Because as much fun as it is to listen to a podcast about people talking about things you might be interested in or whatever else, you do have to focus. And I feel like when you're spiritually exhausted, you can't focus. So
I like that.
Yeah, just those kinds of things. And like I said, I think they're all connected. So by doing the kinds of things that we've talked about and incorporating them into your life, you're gonna see like spill over into other aspects of it. You know, if you do something to help take care of you physically, you're going to feel mentally better and spiritually better, and, you know, that kind of thing.
So when it all comes down to boosting energy, is really taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
Is really what it is. It's finding things that light you up and do them. And when you can't do them, it means rest and, you know, just filling your cup in different ways.
Right. And that's why those quick fixes don't work, because they don't spill into those other aspects of your life. You're not really taking care of you when you do those things.
So there we go. It's boosting energy, taking care of you, taking you back.
Yeah.
Take your energy.
So hopefully this has been, you know, helpful, and we've given you some ideas to try out for yourself. And again, we love our coffee, so we're not.
We're not dissing the coffee.
We're not dissing coffee.
We love the coffee in this house.
Yeah.
But when coffee doesn't work, or, you know, actually, I'm not even gonna.
You can still enjoy your coffee.
Yeah.
But if you're really looking to boost your energy and be your best self, then you need to take care of you, and you need to listen to your inner self and funnel energy into funnel your efforts into getting the rest, the recuperation, re-energizing that you need in that area.
And it's really just, if you are, like, when you were talking about some of the times where you were so low, it's just taking one step in the direction, like you said, like listen to cats purring, like, so you're not doing anything but resting on the couch and listening to cats purring.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's taking one step, 5-minute song, like it's not a lot and it's not a huge time investment, but it's just thinking about what things you love to do or what music, and just figure out what lights you up to kind of give you that boost to kind of keep moving forward to get more energy. It's kind of like, you know, a snowball effect.
Yes. Good.
One step. And then it just builds and builds and builds. And all of a sudden you have all this energy. You're like, wow, where did that come from? And all it takes is one step in the right direction. So we hope you have a beautiful, energetic day. And we'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye for now.